Hey everyone, so before I start this video I just wanted to say a few things really fast. First, yes, it has been a month since my last video and I'm really sorry about that, but like I said in my last progress video, it would be around 3 weeks to a month till I posted another one, because like I did say, I am in finals week and, I'm really stressed over those, so I didn't really include RuneScape in that. Granted, after I did finish my classes, I had about a week to upload, and, I'll admit I was pretty lazy and I did slack off, so I'm sorry about that. But I do have around 2.5 months off now, so I will be bringing you guys videos at a constant rate again, and hopefully much longer ones like I have been promising you guys. They've been around 6 minutes. I kind of want to make them over 10 to 15. I don't know the exact length of this video, but at the time I'm recording this, I'm in game right now and I'm not really paying attention to it, and it's before I actually start editing it, so I'm not sure how long it is, but it will be the longest video I've had for sure. Once again, if you guys do enjoy this video, be sure to hit that like button, and let's go ahead and jump into this video, guys. Hey, how's it going everybody? Welcome to episode 10. So last video I set a goal of 45 likes and you guys absolutely smashed it. We ended up hitting 65 likes on the video, so thank you guys so much for that. Now let's go ahead and jump into this video. So as you guys know, I've been catching a ton of red chins and getting a lot of hunter levels. Now it's time to put those chins to use and get some range levels. I tried to record as many of these as I could, guys. It's just that they go by so fast when you guys are doing chins because you get so much XP. So I ended up missing a few, but I got most of them. So I'm going to go ahead and let those play now, and I'll be back after they're done.
It's running in our blood. The answers are lying here within.
So I did manage to get myself 89 ranged from the chins I collected to 92 hunter. One thing you may have noticed is that my total level did go up a lot in between the range levels I got. That's because I did a lot of other skills in between chinning. I didn't want to just go all out and train range, so I figured I'd just put all those range levels together for the sake of the video. So in terms of other skills I trained, they were pretty random. I did some fletching because I had a lot of maples from Kingdom, and I did some fishing because it was AFK, and I also did some farm runs. As of now, I have two main goals for this account. The first is to get all of my sets 80 plus except for rune crafting. Now, I don't want to focus on 80 rune crafting. I'll do that last because it required like 150k pure essence, and I'd have to do a lot of Zora to be able to do that. So I'm just focusing on all the other skills right now, and I'll do that later. The only other skill I'm kind of worried about doing is herb lore, because I do have a lot of seeds I do need to plant from Slayer, and that's going to take a while too. So herb lore and rune crafting will be the last two 80s I get, but it shouldn't be that much of a problem to get everything else 80 plus. The second is to achieve 2,000 total. One thing you guys will notice towards the end of this video is that my total does jump a lot. And like I said, it has been a month since I made a video, guys, so my total has gone up a lot. And I'm actually pretty close to 2k total now. You guys will see that later in the video. Another thing is, in between this time, my Camtasia was having a lot of problems, so I wasn't really actually able to record a lot of levels. So I'm really sorry about that, and you guys will see my total jump a lot at one point in this video. I also finally started doing lava runes. I mean, I could have used all the essence to make nature runes or cosmic runes, but at the time I really didn't need them. For anyone with extra pure essence and wanting fast XP, I highly recommend you guys do this. While it does require a lot of items and you need a lot of requirements for it as well, it's around 30 to 50k XP an hour depending on how fast you go and if you have the giant pouch or not. So by far the fastest available rune crafting XP. Also got myself 77 farming from my Calquat tree, which is by far the laziest way to get farming XP. Next, I moved on to killing some green dragons so I could get 65 to 70 per, which is around 1.1k dragon bones, so it didn't really take too long. I just bring some salmon and some welfare gear with a superset and an anti-fire pot, so I can basically just sit there and AFK it. Now, one problem I did come across was that when collecting my bones, I didn't really have that much Marintil in my bank. Now, I do have a ton of Marintil seeds, but they're pretty crap XP, so I couldn't really be asked farming them. So I basically just said screw it, and I did my last level without Marintils, so I ended up needing to collect like 150 more bones. This shouldn't come as a surprise to you guys by now. I do a lot of things in a pretty unorthodox manner. Now, as for tips on gaining prayer XP, of course, with the update, you can now just use one bone on the altar and it will automatically do an entire inventory for you, which is still good XP per hour. But if you want to speed it up, then there's two good methods I've come across that you can use. The first is by using them on the altar one by one as fast as you can, which basically requires you to flick your wrist from your inventory to the altar and pray that you hit it. If you get this down, it'll be insane XP per hour, but you misclick a lot and you end up burying a lot of bones, so I don't really recommend using it unless your flicking skills are spot on. Of course, you can use mouse keys with this to, take away the risk of burying bones if you want to. Now, the second method is pretty hard to explain, but I'm going to try my best. Basically, if you use the bones on the altar, automatically to where you can just sit there and have it go one by one, you're going to manually use every other bone on the altar. So it automatically uses a bone, and then you manually use a bone on the altar after it automatically does it, if that makes any sense. It's really hard to explain, guys. I'll do a tips and tricks video part on it. It's really good XP, and I recommend you guys do it, so look out for that in the tips and tricks video. So after I got myself 70 prayer, I wanted to AFK again and watch some TV shows and movies. So once again, I used all of the excess maples I had in my bank from Kingdom, and I gained some fletching levels, ended up getting myself to 85. I think it's pretty crazy that I managed to get 99 firemaking and 85 fletching just from the maples from Kingdom. After that, I got a random fishing level basically because I wanted to finish watching a TV show and I wanted to AFK some more. Next, I decided I wanted to do the Candor and Easy Diary. At the time, I really can't remember why I did this, but in the future, I did end up deciding to go towards finishing the Hard Candor and Diary so I could have access to changing the teleport spot from Camelot to in front of the Seer's Bank, which allows you to get a lot of more agility XP. I think it's like 10k more per hour. Then I moved on to everyone's favorite activity in RuneScape, power mining iron ore. So I know a lot of people would rather do MLM because it's AFK and you get ore from it. However, I really dislike MLM. Compared to power mining, the XP per hour is actually pretty bad. So I prefer to just buy my ores from Blast Furnace. Normally I'll just buy gold ore and superheat it to get magic levels and pretty fast smithing levels. So anyway, I did manage to get 75 mining, and like I said earlier, there's no real reason to why I'm leveling up certain skills. It's just the goal of 2k total, I'm just doing things back and forth. I just find it a lot easier to do jumping between skills rather than just grinding out one skill at a time because that gets pretty old. If you mix it up, it makes it a lot easier to do. Got myself 73 Herblore just because, I was pretty close to it and I had some easy experience just sitting in my bank, so I didn't really have to collect any more secondaries. I then went on to do some blackjacking with a goal to hit 85 thieving. I ended up not using mouse keys here. For some reason, I find it a lot easier without them. It probably sounds really weird hearing that, but I don't know. I guess everybody else has their preferences on how they like to do it. As you will see on the screen shortly, I did manage to get 85 thieving. However, I did actually get from 85 to 90 as well, which sadly I don't have recorded. Basically, for 85 to 90, I ended up doing Dorgashan Rich Chests, which I was getting about 150k XP an hour at. Now, a lot of people don't do these now because of, the constant world hopping, and eventually you get logged out, and you can't log in with that too many login attempts thing. However, if you alch 3 to 4 times after looting both chests in each world, I found that you can actually prevent this. Also, it gives a ton of gems, including opal and topaz, which, I needed anyway for trading sticks, so I could run some karambwans and get 80 to 85 cooking, which once again I don't have recorded, which is sad, but that's the method I did use to get from 80 to 85 cooking. Then I moved on to doing the Candor and Medium Diary, which was pretty easy to do. Once again, like I said earlier, I'm working towards finishing the Hard Diary so I can change my Camelot teleport spot so I can train some agility and get that up to 80. Now, after finishing the Candor and Medium Diary, I came over probably the worst realization of playing RuneScape, and that is that I needed to finish 3 quests and start Desert Treasure to be able to finish it. As you guys all know, I can't stand quests, so this sucked pretty bad. But I wasn't going to do agility without having the advantage of teleporting that close to the start of the course because it's probably around 10k more XP per hour, so I ended up just pushing through it. The quests I had to finish, as you guys will see on screen, were Tai Bo and I Trio, which was probably one of the worst quests I've ever done. Tourist Trap, which was actually not that bad, but it was actually pretty long. and finally Temple of Ekov, where I nearly quit the game because of the stupid Ice Harrow part. Anyway, after a few hours, I finally managed to finish the hard diary. I ended up getting myself from 74 to 80 agility shortly after, which is pretty sad again. I do not have that recorded for you guys. I'm sorry about that. I then went back to doing another fast rune crafting level because I was pretty close from constantly doing Tears of Gothics. And eventually I did lava runes until I ran out of essence, which was actually recently in the last 3 days. I managed to get myself to 70 rune crafting, which actually put me all stats 70 plus, which is a pretty damn awesome achievement. Then it was time to do some construction, so I could get myself another 80 stat, since, like I said, I was working towards getting all 80s alongside with my 2k total goal. So I would cut oaks for probably about 10 hours in order to get 12.5k oak logs, which is the amount I needed in order to get from 75 to 80 construction. For the first 3k or so, I actually did plank make, because I wanted to get, that extra magic level, and ended up hitting 87 magic. Now, due to plank make being so damn expensive, I actually decided to make the rest of the planks using the PvP World Cami method, which I will show you guys a little on the screen. Once again, I will include this method in the next tips and tricks video because there is still a lot of people that don't know about it. But essentially it involves using your butler to make planks. You use 20 unnoted logs on him and he will basically run them to the sawmill and then send them to your bank. And the reason I am in a PvP world is because I can teleport to Camelot and be basically right next to a bank, and it also takes away having to use emeralds, for Rings of Dueling or using glory charges, which isn't really that big a deal, but this is a lot closer to a bank, so it's a lot better to do. I ended up doing oak larders for 75 to 80. I know a lot of you guys may have thought I should have done oak dungeon doors, but honestly my dumbass could not figure out how to make a dungeon entrance, so I decided to just go with these. Since I was using a regular butler anyway, it didn't really matter that much due to the time it takes him to return with the unnoted planks. And to finish off this video, I actually got 84 woodcutting off Teaks, where I get around 60k woodcut XP per hour. Currently I'm around 100k off 85, so I decided not to put that in the video because it's been so long, and I decided to work on this video today. It's taken probably about 3 to 4 hours to edit it, so yeah, that's basically the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. As you guys will see on screen right now, these are what my stats look like at the moment. As I did say earlier, I am pretty close to getting 85 woodcutting, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And then I'm going to work towards getting 80 prayer, so that's what's probably going to be the main point of next video. And then I'll end up getting 1995 total, so I'll be very, very close to 2k total. Once again, guys, this has been a pretty long video. Normally I make about 6-minute long videos, so it was good to have a pretty long one. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Once again, sorry for not posting for so long, but I will be consistent with my uploads. I'll go back to doing one per week and hopefully a tips and tricks video in between each upload like I promised before. Once again, if you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for future content. Thank you guys so much for everything, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.